Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome to the stage the world's #1 sales trainer, master closer, and the founder of the Elliott Group, Andy Elliott.
Let's go! Woo! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Guys, today, every one of your lives are gonna change in here. Every one of you. What'd you come here for? Change your whole freaking life. Everybody look to your neighbor to left or right. Say, today my life's changing. You gotta wake up, you gotta believe it. I promise you, we're living proof we can do whatever. Super important. Number one, know this. I would never waste a second of any of your time. I hate people wasting my freaking time. I hate it. The only thing we can never get more of is time. Would everybody agree? You can get more money. Lose every dollar. You can be broke in this room. Go get rich tomorrow. When they click your light out, you don't get more time. And none of us in here know when we're gonna die. That's the thing that keeps me so crazy. I don't know when it's coming. I don't know. So I know I have to empty the tank. I have to. Some of you in here, you don't operate with that urgency. That's why nothing's happened. God can't give you anything if you're not hungry. He won't give it to you. You won't raise your hand and say, man, you can count on me. Every day until I die, until you say it's over, I will give my best and I will help other people. When you make that decision, everything changes. And today, until David Goggins get here, I'm gonna help you learn how to make that decision. Now, I wanna tell you, I have my family here with me. My family's everything to me. Every one of you, I need you to know this. This is so important. If I could push one thing across the line, is that when you change, you have no idea how many other people are gonna change because you'll change. Dude, coming in here today to church, I mean, this is where I go to church. So to me, like doing this here with David Goggins and remembering when I started my business, listening to David Goggins and being lost, the devil was tearing me apart, man. He was ripping me to pieces. He was just shredding me up. I wanted this new life, and he was just infering so much doubt into me and so much, you can't do that, and you did all these things wrong, and then God was like, dude, you can do this. And then I was like pursuing, getting close to God, but then I needed a man that was like on earth, a guy that was actually walking flesh with the mindset. And I started finding this guy, David Goggins, and I started listening to his message, and I wouldn't turn it off. I wouldn't turn it off. I didn't even want to freaking for 1 second turn it off because I just would go back. And listen, in order to, and you're going to see here in a minute, but in order to build a life that no one ever said you could have and you never thought you could get, you're going to be misunderstood by everybody. You're going to go through a journey, man, that no one to your left and no one to your right is going to go through. It's just the truth. But if you'll go through it, you see my family? I always want to make my family proud. If you'll listen to me today, number one, you'll break your bloodline, which I don't know if that means anything to you. There's two things. Some of you in here have a really good family. Come on, man, don't let them down, dude. If your bloodline has held it together, don't you be the fall of your bloodline. But if your bloodline has been crap like mine, I broke my bloodline. I reset that shit. And I want to tell you something. You can rewrite your DNA. You can recreate your DNA. Up to this point in this life, I don't care what you've done. Wherever you're at in this room, I do not care what you've done. It means nothing. What I will tell you is, what will you do today after this message? One speaker, one event, one seminar can change your whole freaking life. And I know that because I sat in a room like this and I heard a message. And I sat there and I thought about my family. I wasn't proud of me. I knew Jacqueline wasn't proud of me. And honestly, you want to get truthful? Some of you in here, you want to really change? All honesty, All change starts with truth and honesty. And I was a liar. I'm the best liar in the world. I don't need to change. Everybody's good. We're doing better than most compared to whatever. I got 3 kids. These 3 kids are my responsibility. They're my blood. If I can't show my daughters what a man looks like, if I can't show my son how a man rolls, if I can't show them how to treat their mother, if I can't show my son how to treat his wife in the future, if I can't show my daughters when they get married one day how their men are supposed to treat them, everything that I'm doing is showing them the example that I didn't get growing up. I'm fixing that in my family. And you can be here in this room and you could have messed it all up to this date. Your kids could be 30 years old in this room. You go make a change right now. Your kids will see you differently. And I'm going to tell you, when I made that change, you know what happened? My family changed. They became greater, and this is my greatest treasure in life. If you don't take care of your family, God isn't going to give you anything else. And some of you, you're chasing everything, but you're not taking care of your family. So, this is everything. Before we get started, number 1, this is my wife, Jacqueline. She's amazing. You'll see that she's the one that always pissed me off, right? Because she's the only one that would tell me the truth. If you're ever lucky enough to have someone tell you the truth, you hold on to that person until you die. Don't you ever freaking look at them. I used to look at her and say, man, why are you nagging me? No, dude, everyone else was letting me be a coward, and she was the only one calling me out. You ever get someone like this in your life, you freaking take care of them until you die. My beautiful daughter, Sophia, she's 12, Kira, 9, and Ian, 14. It's crazy, man. Guys, time flies. And I just want you to know that since I've changed, my kids have changed. They've gone crazy, man. They've gone psycho. And that's what I want. I want you guys to know your bloodline. And by the way, some of you may not have a great family. You know what I'll tell you? Look to your left, look to your right. This is your chosen family. I'm going to tell you a secret. You guys right now, you guys all want to build something. You want to be a part of something. You want to create a movement. Look to your left, look to your right. Who do you think is in this room? This room is filled with everybody that you want to run with until you die. This room, you know why I love these events? Because if I was looking to hire in my company right now, I'll throw an event like this, and the people that show up are my people I align with. I hire right here in this room. I don't need to put an ad on Indeed. It's right here. Everything we want in our room is right here. Every one of you guys, every problem that you have in your life can be solved right here in this room. But I want you to be the most coachable person in this room, because no one will respect you if you can't change. Today, I'm going to give you guys some bullet points, some secrets and some tips that'll change your whole freaking life. And if you'll listen to me, I promise you, you'll die a legend. Most people won't die a legend, but we don't care about what most people do. We are the 0.001%. Super important before we get started. My daughters, Sophia and Kira, before we did this event, it was about 2 months ago, I said, hey, we're going to go to Dubai. And I've been in Dubai for the last 2 months. And, they're 12 and 9. And they're eating junk food and running around like most kids, right? And I said, hey, you guys want to really push yourself? I said, if you guys can get a 6-pack by the David Goggins event, I'm going to take you guys on a shopping spree with whatever you want. I don't care, okay? Girls, show them the 6-pack. Let's see if you got it. Come on, let's see if you got it. She's 12 years old, she's 9 years old. And some of you are like, oh, put your daughter's clothes on. It's called fitness, idiot. Okay, I don't know what family you live in, but we're a fitness family. We take care of ourselves. We want to be an example for other kids. You know, it's funny, my daughter, I was telling her how her circle gets smaller as she changes. She didn't understand this. And she told me, she goes, hey, Dad, I'm actually kind of glad that, we've been in Dubai and I haven't seen a lot of my friends. I'm like, why? And she said, so I don't have to explain to them why I'm not eating junk food, hanging out and doing stuff like they do anymore. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? She's already knowing when she goes back what's going to happen. And some of you, the reason why you get taken out is because you have to explain to everybody what you're doing. You don't explain nothing. Do you get it? If you're on a mission, you don't explain nothing to nobody. Okay? You don't explain stuff to the crickets that are chirping. And by the way, some of the people in your life right now, they were good with you to this point, but now you're going to need some new people to go to the next level. They're in this freaking room. Hey, super important. What do you girls got to say? And then let's start this sucker. If you were to give anybody a message, there's the mic. What would you say?
You have to stop wishing and you have to start working. Pain is temporary, but regret lasts forever.
If you want respect, then earn it.
Here, speak up. Tell them like you own them.
If you want respect, then earn it. Stop making excuses.
Hold on. Say it one more time. Tell them like you want to change their life.
If you want respect, then earn it. Stop making excuses.
Whoa. All right, let's start this sucker, guys. Everybody have a seat. Let's roll. Love you. By the way, my son, Ian, identical spitting image of me. I want to tell you this. He's 14 years old. We just got him put in. He's training with Conor McGregor's coach on fighting. And it's so cool to see these kids push. When the parents push, the kids push. And by the way, parents, who's got kids? Raise your hand. Don't ever think your kids are just kids and they don't understand. The biggest mistake I ever made is thinking that my kids wouldn't understand what mom and dad were doing. Huge mistake. Take your freaking whole family with you the rest of your life. Always remember that. Love you guys. Let's go. Love you, baby. Love you, baby. All right, let's get rolling, guys. This is what it's all about. To be great, you will be misunderstood by everybody. Everybody write this down. By the way, today, what's written will be retained. If you don't write it down, you won't change. You got to write it down. You got to write it down. If you want to change your life, you have to reprogram your mind. Remember this. What does the devil attack? What's valuable? When you're married, what does he want? Your marriage. When you're single, what does he want? Your mind. Okay? To be great, you will be misunderstood by everybody. I want you to understand something, please. All of you that are with me today. This morning coming in here, we got 1,400 people in here. This morning coming into work, I literally just felt like crying. And I don't cry very often. I feel like the devil don't want anyone in this room to change. I'm not joking. I feel like he wants you guys to be numb. I feel like he wants you to sit in here and think that this is just an event. That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to think that this is just another event. This is just something that you went to. And this isn't the thing that's going to change your life. That's what he wants. He wants some of you to think that you've done enough in your life right now and that you might pick up a pointer or a tip today, but this isn't going to totally transform your life. I will tell you, if you listen to me and what I share with you today, you will change everything in your freaking life when you go home. And the next one. To be great, everyone won't understand you, and even you won't even understand you. This is probably the thing that I think is what scares the hell out of me. Do you guys ever sit there and you don't know what's going on with you? Do you ever feel that? Be honest. Do you ever sit there and you feel like, dude, like 1 minute I want to go psycho, and then the next minute, like I want to be comfortable? Do you know what that is? I typed into Chat GPT. If the devil was to stop me from being successful, what would he do? Step one, he'd make you comfortable. It's time to get stirred up. You don't want to get stirred up? Fine. Don't matter. Don't break your bloodline. Don't be an example to anybody. Look in the mirror, stay disappointed your whole freaking life. Fine. You don't want what you said you wanted. If you guys came in here and you wanted to build a big financial fence around your family, I woke up 4.5 years ago in an event like this. I would quit my job after 23 years, and I would go down a journey that scared the hell out of me. Do it scared. Some of you in here, all you need is a little bit of courage, a little bit of belief, and you need to understand that what you're going through is absolutely freaking normal. When you're chasing something, God favors you and has your back, but also a lot of you in here, the devil favors the hell out of you too. And you know what he wants you to do? Go back. And you know what else? I think some of you in here, I want you to really ingrain what I'm talking to you about right now so that not only will you change, but you'll never change back. Never. Never. Over my dead body will I freaking die with regrets. Ain't gonna happen. I can't control any of you, but I'm responsible for my freaking life. Are you guys responsible for yours? Are you responsible for your thoughts? You can choose right now. On the way in this morning, I got up, I was doing some push-ups out in the sun. I was listening to some Rob Bailey music, if anybody knows who he is. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting a little too crazy in my mind. I'm like, whoa, I'm gonna come in way too hot. I'm gonna come in way too hot this morning. I'm gonna blow everyone out. No, because that's how I'll run. And then I thought, whoa. I'm like, I need to put on Hillsong United right now. So I immediately put on Christian music. And I feel God coming over me. But I still feel this stirred upness in my body. And I'm also listening to Christian music. What am I doing? I'm not trying to scare the hell out of you guys today. I'm trying to tell you I am living proof. These next things that I'm going to go over with you guys, I want to know if you've ever felt these things. Would you guys just be real with me for a minute? Who in here really wants to change? I mean, really, like you know you're supposed to be further along by now. You know you're not supposed to be with the crowd you're with right now, or the crowd you're with right now, you know you're supposed to be leading them and not following. You know that you have a wife or a girlfriend or a husband or a boyfriend, and you know they haven't met the best you. You know it. You know it, man. You know there's another version. But for some reason, there's always something else. That's your responsibility to play that. If you have kids, man, I'm telling you, dude. You know, and I'll get to this later, but, you know, I always say people don't need to know who they want to be or what they want to do, but sometimes you know who you don't want to be. I don't want to be anything like my parents. Look, I'm glad I was born, but I'm just going to tell you, man, I don't want to be like that to my kids. I'm not going to teach my kids to quit. I'm not going to break. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for my family till I die. I want my kids to see that. I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to disrespect my bloodline. And by the way, listen, you guys can be whatever you want. This isn't a motivational talk today. This is me telling you that if you want to make money, who you become will determine what you get. And some of you have been chasing shit your whole life. You attract greatness when you become great. I am here today to change your life so that you can get everything that you've ever wanted. God wants you to listen today. The devil doesn't. It's the truth. You'll have to make a choice. We all trust God, but can God trust you? To put your phone on silent, to put your phone on do not disturb, to be present. I want to know if you guys have ever felt these things. You don't have to raise your hand. I just want you to be honest with yourself. Sometimes when I'm talking to somebody, I say something, and I can tell when I say something that kind of triggers them. They're like, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, stay the same. Do you guys like staying stuck? I hate being stuck. I want a freaking breakthrough every day of my freaking life until they bury me in the damn ground. You know what I'm addicted to? breakthroughs. Guys, over the last 4 years, I have built a 9-figure business. People like me don't make $100 million a year. Doesn't happen. Listen to me. I will go out there and slap the hell out of every single one of you until you realize what you were made to do. Also, you're made to freaking be an example to other people, which means you're supposed to be great. You're supposed to look in the mirror. You're supposed to be in good shape. Your family's supposed to look up to you. Everyone's supposed to look up to you. Every time someone has a conversation with you, it's supposed to be like a freaking pep talk. You're supposed to make them believe in themselves more. You're supposed to be the greatest example of what a comeback kid is. A comeback. Someone who can come back from anything. The whole world's making mistakes right now. Am I right? How many of you right now, when someone else makes a mistake, you look down on them? Your job as a leader is when someone makes a mistake, is to let them know they can come back. Am I right? Well, how good of a job are you doing at that? Some of you in here, you're the biggest critics in the world. You're the biggest haters in the world. You talk crap on everybody, but you live in shit. Today it ends. It ends. It has to end. That's the you hate. You don't like this person, and no one likes this person. You may have a couple of crappy friends that want to gossip about other people, but if that's what your goal is, to hang out with losers, that's fine. I want today for us to kill off anything that's not good and doesn't serve us in our life. And if you can do this, you've just created yourself to be one of the most dangerous weapons on planet Earth. And so, have you ever felt these things? What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? Look at him. Just look at him. I want to know if you guys have ever felt, wrong circle, mediocrity, crawling all over you. Smell it on some of you. I know, because I know what it smells like because it was on me for a long time. I don't like it. I am you, you are me. We're all the same. Maybe we've all been on a little different journey. We're all the same. We're all broken. All of us are broken. You say you're not broken? Stay the same. Whatever you can overcome in your own life, you are immensely qualified to help someone else overcome it in their life. Do you know why today you must fix you? So that for the rest of your life, you can be used by God in this world to help fix other people. And for some of you, you're like, I want to make money. Oh, well, who pays you money? People. Oh, but you're not an example to anybody? Not going to work. The blueprint doesn't work that way. So no matter what mentor has been teaching you, whatever strategy they've been teaching you to make money, if they skip the part who you become determines what you get, choose another mentor. That's crap. Do you guys look up to people who you don't want to be? Yes or no? Do you guys want to be some person making $100 million a year on a private jet who's an asshole? And he'll be lonely. No friends. Okay? This right here, listen. Alone is what he'll be. Alone. But listen. Are you guys ready? God, I hate telling you it too soon, but who in here likes being used? Not me. Who in here wants to be respected? That guy that's like, yeah, let everybody use you. That's what you're going to get. If people don't want to be you, if they don't look up to you, they'll use you. You don't want to be used anymore? Maybe it's time to be respected. How do you get respect? By becoming someone's example. Every one of you in here, when you change your life, you just change the world. I know. Devil don't want you to believe that that could happen for you. It absolutely will happen. You don't even need to know how it will happen. It will happen because I watch it every day happen. Don't ever count yourself out. Alone. Who in here has felt these things? Alone. No brotherhood. It's a big deal to me. There's two things I say will ruin a man's life. Having the wrong woman and not having a brotherhood. Hey, same thing with a woman, I'm guessing. If she's got the wrong man, it's going to ruin her life. Dude, when you're with someone, you better make sure you pick the right person. It's who you do life with. And not having a brotherhood. It's a big deal. When I have a problem, who I can call for advice really determines a lot. Me and Jackie are fighting. I call guy A. Hey, man, you know, me and Jackie are fighting. It's a tough day. Dude, come on, man. Let's go have a drink. Screw her, bro. You work your ass off, man. You work your freaking ass off, dude. She should respect you more. Brotherhood guy B. Hey, bro, Jackie's your best friend. Come on, man. Was it really that big of a deal? Is this something that's really going to matter 5 years from now, Andy? No. Go home. Go show her you love her, bro. Don't be a dummy. She's your best friend. The brotherhood. The brotherhood is everything. Never forget that. Most of you will never understand what a good brotherhood will be. Find yourself a brotherhood. No mission. I felt that for a long time. Didn't know why I was doing everything I was doing. Everybody, suicidal. You know, when we say this one, some people are like, ooh, that's stupid. Who would want to kill themselves? Somebody who's really hurting? I don't know everyone in this room, but I know there's a few of you that have done some really stupid stuff. And you got caught. And you got embarrassed. And you really hurt some people around you that you really cared about. And somewhere in the middle of all that crap, the devil sends his favorite demon straight to your house. And he says, dude, you hurt everybody. You need to check out. They'd be better off without you, bro. They'd be better off. You're hurting your family. Some of you in here, I don't know who you are or where you've been, but this is a big deal. And a lot of people won't talk about this. I want you to know, you see this on my shirt? Comeback kid. You are never defined by what you do. And when you make a big mistake, God has grace on you immediately. I need you to understand, mistakes made, grace is given that fast. The world may not give you grace, but the devil owns the world, so don't expect it here. But he gives it to you. You have to be very careful to think. When you're thinking thoughts like this, dude, I've been here. There was a time I made a mistake, and I got myself in some legal trouble, and it really embarrassed my family. I never want to embarrass my family. I've never even been in trouble. All of a sudden, everything was going the wrong direction, way too fast. I was like, dude, if I wasn't here, like, probably be better for everybody, right? Dude, this is real. Some of you need to think. And maybe it's not you. Maybe it's someone around you. Be aware. Some of you may think, oh man, that's not me. You could look to your left, it could be your freaking wife. You could look to your right, it could be your son. It could be your daughter. It could be your best friend. It could be someone in your company. It could be someone you meet in the grocery store. When you figure this stuff out, you become a weapon for the world. So, have you guys ever felt these things? Numb. Man, I was numb. You know what people who are numb, you know what they do? Burn everything to the ground. Okay? Heartless. And keep looking at them. These are important things. Disconnected. How many of you have been disconnected? When does a relationship die? When communication stops. Everybody that's in a relationship with someone in this room, when you don't communicate well, what does the relationship do? Go down the trash can. Disconnected. What happens when you're not close to your team? They leave and go work somewhere else. Why? They're disconnected. I know that you guys feel this. They can feel this too. Look at every single one of these words. Have you ever felt any of these things? Unfulfilled. We'll go quick here. Sad. Everybody ever been there? Empty. Angry, lost, confused, drained, used. You see it? Can you identify with any of these things? Can I ask you a question? Have you overcome these things in your life? You must overcome every one of them. If you can today, my goal, what is this event called? Mind Con. There was a book Napoleon Hill wrote, okay? And it was about the devil. And he said the reason why people aren't successful is because the devil owns their mind. And if he owns your mind, you can't do what you're supposed to do. No matter what your actions show, if he owns your mind, he takes you out. This is called MindCon. MindCon is about understanding and how to operate your mind. Everything in your life is because of your mind. Your greatest responsibility in life is to be in control of your mind. No one in this room can make anyone else happy. I can be the most happiest person in the world. I can be on fire. I can be magnetic. I can be energetic. And I can be right here in front of your face. But if your mind isn't deciding that you're going to be happy, you won't be happy. No one can make you happy but you. No one can make you feel like you can take over the world but you. Every single one of you, don't look to the left, don't look to the right. Your life is your responsibility. Everything that you're doing in your life right now is because of your freaking mind, the way that you think. Everything, every relationship, everything that's going the way it's going is all because of you. And it's all because of the way you think. You are the gatekeeper to your mind. You're the gatekeeper. You're the gatekeeper. If something comes out of your mouth, how did it come out of your mouth? Because you let it in your head. That's why I don't say anything that I don't want anybody else to hear. I will never allow someone else to stumble. I watch everything. When I woke up 4 years ago, I decided and I asked God, you changed my life. I swear. You freaking changed my life. Use me as an example. Please, please use me as an example. Show the biggest transformation in the world. Please. I want that for me selfishly. I do. I've always wanted to be a good man. I've always wanted to be an example, a leader. I've always wanted to help people. For 25 years, I was in sales and I helped people make money. I never changed one person's life. At 40 years old, you know the first thing that changed? My freaking intentions. I hate being around people, all they talk about is freaking money. You're empty, dude. You're garbage. You want money? When you become great, the storehouse gets filled. That's the game. You say, well, how? What's the strategy? Are you not listening? Become great. And then if you can become great, your goal until you die is to make others great. You get it? Has anyone in here ever changed someone's life? How did it feel? Oh my God. If you really changed their life, if you really did, I could lay $1 million here on the table. Or I could say, but I'm going to remove that life that you changed and I'm going to let them stay the same. You'd say, I don't want the money. That was priceless. Listen, this is so crazy. If you guys will listen to me right now, let me explain what we just did. We just wrecked the nation. I'm not even joking. We just wrecked the whole nation. 1,000 people in a room. Each one of you could change easily 1 million, 2 million, 10 million lives. You say, how? Well, there's this thing called leadership, which, by the way, for those of you that want to make money, leadership will get you rich. Sales and leadership will get you rich. And I'll teach you how to sell. But let's go back to leadership. What are the 3 steps of leadership? 1, self-leadership. If you can't lead yourself, you can't lead anyone else. My one goal today is when you guys leave, I want you brainwashed. Facts. The news will brainwash you to be scared and afraid. So I want to brainwash you that the reason why I believe you were born, the reason why I believe that you are here and you haven't died yet. Some of you should be dead. Some of you in here, you know exactly where you should have died. And I don't know why you didn't, but God had a purpose. Don't be disrespectful. You're here right now. You're with me today. You know what I know? When I heard a message like this about me, you know what I said? Sign me up. Sign me up. I've made money and I've been empty and I hated me and I've shit on my family. And by the way, I shit on me too. I wasn't very good. I have never been good to me. Internally, you know why David Goggins was such a big part of my journey in the first 2 years of me starting my company? He said something. Remember I said you won't even understand you? When I wanted to change, I was misunderstood by everybody. Everyone, when I quit my job at 23 years, you know what they told me? You're an absolute idiot. You just ruined your family. Okay, now I'm misunderstood by everybody. And then I'm like, I want to get in shape, but I want to be a good example, but I want to do this. And then everybody was reminding me of all the things I did wrong. Like counting me out, like they put me in a box. And they put boundaries on me. And they said, no, dude, that's who you are. And I was like, I don't want to be that guy no more. And they were like, yeah, but, and some people were like, we don't like you. And I was like, I don't like me either. So what do? Change. And then you know what happened? I heard a message. And it talked about there's this era right now where there's never been a shortage of leadership like never before in the world. Is that the truth? Hey, you want to make a lot of money? Find the most scarcest thing in the world and get it. And they'll pay you all the money for it. Am I right? What does scarcity do? Scarcity makes people pay more. Am I right? Remember when the toilet paper, we thought it was going away? People were paying $10,000 for toilet paper. You can't make that shit up. You guys know that shit was real, right? You saw it. And some of you did it, and you're sick. I would just shit and spray water on me. But you guys bought $10,000 toilet paper. Scarcity creates value. So if that's the truth, what is the most greatest, scarcest resource on planet Earth? Leadership. You want to stand out? Do you want to be different? Yes or no? Be a leader. That's it. That's it. But listen, you got to beat this stuff in your own life. You can't help anyone else beat it until you beat it. This is why some of you right now, you're going to walk out of here and you're going to go, I break up with you. And they're like, what? And you're like, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I gotta cut loose. I gotta cut. In order for you to change, you guys must get out of here and cut something off. And some of you, it is your own mind. The enemy isn't always someone else. Please be aware. Some of you, I sit in a church and I'll listen to a sermon and I'll see a wife go, elbow her husband. He does need to be elbowed. But you need to also sock yourself too. Because you're probably got your own demons as well. Just own your own self first. Self-leadership. Lead yourself well. Now you can lead others. The greatest, scarcest resource on planet Earth is leadership. You can't buy it. It's not for sale. You can't buy it. You have to become it. You know how you become it? By you guys going and looking in the mirror right now, today, and saying, I'm going to solve for me today. I know my girl's got problems. This isn't about her today. It's about me. You know, Jackie's an amazing woman, my wife. She's always been amazing. She has grown so much since I changed. When you change, people around you start breaking out. They start breaking through left and right. And then you really see who's not with you too. When people say, I like the old you better, leave. Get out. Run. Have you guys ever felt these things? These are big things, empty. You got to see these words, because these words today are how everybody feels. And some of you guys, crappy identity. Dude, I looked in the mirror for so long, I didn't even know who I was or what my purpose is. You know what I learned? Most people can tell you what they do for a living, but they can't tell you who they are. If I was to ask you, who are you? I'm a real estate agent. That's what you do. Who are you? What do you mean? That's a problem. I am a badass father. I love my team, Elliott Army. I love my team. I'll die for my team. I love my team. I love my wife. I love showing everyone in the world how much I love my wife. I love showing people. People get sick, man, why are you always talking about your wife, dude? Because I love my wife. My wife's everything to me. Why would you get married and not show the whole world how great your wife is and make her feel amazing? Why would you not do that? Like, what has gone on with this freaking world? What the freak is going on? Someone gets freaking married and they don't freaking value their family, and we think it's cool when someone doesn't do it? That ain't cool. There ain't nothing cool about that. You know what I learned? In order to get a life that you've never had, you have to become something the world has never seen. And that's what I want to build today. You know what I want? I want some of you to fly off the handle today. Have you been wanting to have the best marriages? Yeah? Okay, cool. Bring it. A leader is not in the office. It's not in a company. It is in the community. It is also at home. If you are not a leader at home and you are not a leader in the community, you are not a leader even if you say you are at work, because leadership is not a position. Leadership is not a title. It is who you are. There is no on or off switch. You decide to be or don't be. Black and white. There is zero gray area. If any of you are going to build anything big in this room, you will have to inspire others to follow you. You will have to have marriages that they will want to have. You will have to be a parent that they will want to be. You will have to be in shape like they want to be. You will have to speak, and your words will have to carry weight. When you talk, you won't speak emptiness. You will talk with your heart. You will stand for something. Most people don't stand for anything. Just like I used to not. No wonder I felt all these things. No wonder I didn't know who I was. But to be honest with you guys, does anyone talk to us like this? No. No one does. I read this book that would forever change my life. And you guys should read it. It's called Lynchpin. And it really opened my eyes, and it was honestly really how I built a 9-figure business. It said that there's a revolution going on. Revolution. There's a revolution going on right now in this freaking room. Right now in this world. And you just got to decide where you're going to fit in this whole thing. And I said, I'm going to be a part of this deal. This is a new era. This is a new revolution. And I'm wanting to become a new man. Everything's aligning just right. You know what it said you had to do? It said you had to stand out. Okay. Well, what do I stand for? How to write that down. Who am I? I am going to be that. And if everybody leaves my side, that is who I am, and I will find my tribe. I will find my people. Every one of you, listen to me. When I decided my identity, who I was going to be, everyone in my life left me. And on the other side of that, I would find every one of the people that I always wished I would want to be around. There are people looking for you guys right now. Your greatest employees, your greatest teammates, your freaking future wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, CEO of your company, a guy that you're going to work for and build his business huge, best friend. Dude, when you change, these people start popping up, dude. You don't have to ask when or where, because it just happens. This is what I want today. Stand out. Be different. Do you guys look up to normal people? Has anyone ever seen a statue made of a normal person? Anyone? Has anyone ever seen a statue made of a hater? No? What about a critic? Oh, so who do they make statues of? Crazy dreamers. Dreams should be born in this room today. Some of you should sit here and create a dream like I did. I'm not asking you to quit your job. Some of you, and you'll think like, oh my God, I gotta quit my job. I gotta start a sales training company. No. No, only you and you know what you were made for, right? I've sold since I was 18. I was 40. I was good at sales. So that's why I chose that. Stand out, be different, and make relationships that others can't. That's the key. That's the key. Make relationships that others can't. Listen, if you guys will listen to me today, by the time David Goggins gets here, here's what I'll tell you. When I met The Rock, everybody in the world knows who The Rock is, right? I'm not a famous guy. I'm not a celebrity. I wasn't on TV. I was a person that read a book called Lynchpin. It said there's a freaking revolution going on. And it says if you can stand out, if you can be different, if you can make relationships others can't, if you can pull out that inner freaking genius, if you'll self-develop every day, you're going to go to the top. And as long as you make a commitment, this is huge. Going to the top was never about you. It was about going to the top and taking other people to the top with you. And you know what it's about? No matter how high you get, listen to me. Let me be clear here, because if you listen to what I say today, in 2 years, you're going to be a legend. 3 years, you're going to be a legend. And by the way, don't do it. 2 or 3 years, you won't be a legend. You decide where you want to be then. Nothing's going to happen quick. Instant gratification is for losers. It's going to take time. It's going to be hard work. The only way that people are proud of themselves is when they do something hard. So it's going to be hard. It's going to make you proud of yourself. Other people are going to respect you for pulling this thing off, right? That's what it's about. And when you go to the top, watch. You ready? It's a little secret I have to tell you. And I'm going to keep going. But all I want to do with you today is share with you how my mind works. See, this is called MindCon. So the greatest thing that any of you guys could do, if you want to build a 9-figure business, hijack my mind. Hey, you don't have to be me. Just steal my freaking mind. I want to know, how does this man think? You don't have to want to be me, but think about how you're thinking now and think how I think. You know what I see? When most people increase in income and money and fame and accolades, you know what they do? They lose their humility. And God will humble your ass. And he will bring you straight to your freaking knees. And some of you in here, I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to me, because if you run my play, you're going to go to the top. I'm not even worried about that. What I'm worried about is how long can you keep it? I've been doing this for 5 years and I'm growing like crazy. I'm so proud of everything that we're building, but you know what I'm proud of most? My ability to stay humble. I didn't do none of this. I just ran the play. These things, I felt all these things. That's why today, the greatest thing that I can do, the greatest thing, is to help you guys figure out how to get out of here and fix you. And if you fix you, it's going to affect everybody. And then you break your bloodline. And then you become a legend. And then you become a legacy carrier. And then you teach it to others. Oh, this is the greatest thing. Why would you want to become this great? So that you can teach others how to become this great too. Dude, lip service doesn't get respected. How many people are running their mouth out there telling everybody what they want, what they're going to do, who they are? People have eyes. They see you. That's what I want. I want you to really show them what's possible, man. And so, crappy identity. This is most people. You can build this identity and change it any day. Sorry, I'm moving here. I pushed the button and I think it's coming. I put together about 40 things that I was thinking in my head when I ran through David Goggins' training in the beginning. I was bored, lost, confused, drained, used, ugly, still ugly, cold, but I'm shape and ugly, scared, faithless, okay, limited, no belief, no loyalty, depressed, no plan, no self-worth. These were all things. Anybody ever felt this way? Hey, and by the way, if somebody's not raising your hand, you're a liar. It's cool. Look, dude, I was telling someone the other day, you'll never change until you own your shit. You won't. None of us will. We can't. Would you guys stay in a relationship with somebody that constantly lied to you? Every time that you say you're going to change and you don't, you respect yourself less because you know you're a freaking liar. The first thing that I changed when I made a decision to change was that I was going to keep my word to myself. It wasn't to Jacqueline. I made false promises to Jacqueline all the time. And I made excuses why they didn't work. But internally, I never looked in the mirror and had a conversation with me. Rule number one, would you stay in a relationship with somebody constantly lying to you? No. You can never break your promise to yourself. Uninspired. Do you guys look up to people that don't inspire you? How do you know if you're inspiring? Other people will tell you. My whole life, I never had anyone come up to me and tell me that I changed their life. I never had anybody come up to me and go, man, I love you and Jacqueline's relationship. I never had anybody come up to me and go, dude, I wish I was a father like you. I never had anybody come up and go, man, how do I get in great shape like that? Man, how do I stay focused like you? How do I keep that mindset? This is where we draw the line in the sand. If I can do it, you guys can do it. All of you. Every man, every woman in this room, all of you. And I will tell you, get that crap out of your head about I want to make more money. Who you become will determine what you earn. Who you become is everything. In life, it is not about what you get. It is who you become. My whole life, I wanted to get. Do you guys want to chase or attract? I've done the chase game for long enough. It is exhausting. Time to attract. If your marriage, if your business, if the way that you speak to other people isn't drawing people in and attracting people, you're chasing. I want, until the day they bury you in the ground, every conversation you have with any other individual in this world, I want, if someone else was to listen to you have that conversation, I want them to say, man, that was awesome. The way you handled that, amazing. Are you going to have people that are bad to you? Yeah. You know what I want you to say when someone's bad to you? Thank you, I owe you. Have a blessed day. Roll on. I don't eat out of other people's hands. When you know who you are and you know what you want and you know what your identity is and you know what you stand for, when someone comes up and tries to have you eat out of their hand, you're not for sale. I'm not selling out to the way that I want to live. Some of you in here, you're not concrete, crystal clear on who you want to be, which is why anyone can walk in here right now and trigger your ass and throw you off. And you know who you are. And so these things, to me, I saw these things and I always wanted to be like this. Does everybody in here want to change people's lives? Yes? And some of you in here, listen, remember I told you the devil's goal? I felt this heavy burden when I came in, that his goal was to take you out. All he wants you to do is not pay attention. What about self-love? Is this important? Yes or no? Guys, do you have to like you? Let me ask you a question. How good are you to other people when you don't like you? I hear the dumbest people that go, that guy's conceited, that guy, he's this, that. Listen, anybody that wants you to not value yourself is an absolute fool. Do you understand? Dude, when I like me, I'm good to everybody. If anyone ever tells you not to like yourself, dude, that person does not belong in your life. Okay? Without this, you'll never become anything. No leadership. I mean, I never had a good leader. To be honest with you guys, who's under the age of 25 years old in this room? Everybody look around. You guys are the luckiest son of a bitches on planet Earth. I can't believe this. Honestly, it kind of pisses me off that you guys are so young. The reason why, and I'm going to tell you why, is because I never had anyone tell me any of these things until I was 40 years old. Dude, what? We're living in America. You know the American dream is still real, right? Everybody's got caught up in this thing called work. There is a saying that only the mature can understand. By the way, I pray for maturity and I pray for wisdom for all of you and me. You know why? Because I didn't even get mature until I was 40. My wife was probably mature when she was 16. I got more men mature way later than women. I was 40 years old. So women, if you got a husband and he's not 40 yet, there's hope. Because I woke up at 40 and I realized, that I never had anyone tell me another way to live. You know what I was taught? Sacrifice for what you want, or what you want becomes a sacrifice. Oh, well, I want to make money and I want to be successful because if I make money, that'll solve every problem in my life. So there goes my marriage, there goes my kids, there goes my health, there goes my self-love, there goes my time working on me. I'm working. Let me tell you the other side. People say work hard. Work hard. Yes, you have to work hard. But you have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Listen, don't miss this. You are the greatest investment in the world. If you go and put in the S&P 500 $1,000, you'll look up in a year and you'll have 1,100. If you go put $1,000 on yourself right now and invest in yourself, you can look up in a year and have 1 million. Do you get it? There is this, I'm not selling you nothing. I'm trying to tell you, watching a free YouTube video is development. If you're ever going to do anything, invest in yourself and understand this. Who you become will determine what you get, and work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I got buddies right now that are working their freaking butts off, bro. They're exhausted, drained. Their cup is empty. Everybody, does it look like my cup's empty? My cup is so freaking full. It's overflowing. And guess what? I work hard, very hard. I am exhausted. Anybody that builds something big, do you think they were rested when they built it? They were exhausted, but my cup was full. Why? Because I was working on me the whole time. Do you get it? Listen, my goal today is to deliver a message that you guys will never forget, that will transform your whole life. And by the way, just so everybody's aware, remember I said your life is your responsibility? I sat right here at an event in 2020. Does anybody know who Patrick Bet David is? He said, listen, what will you say today? He said, who in here has a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal? Something big. And I remember I quit my job and I was freaking scared. And I was like, I got to go to this seminar to learn how to make money. And I'm sitting there and he's like, stand up and tell me what you want. And I still got the video. Some of you might have seen it. I stood up. I was wearing a suit. It was the old me before I knew that I wanted to wear short shorts and shit like that. No, because I didn't know who I wanted to be. So I was floating around like a feather. You know, like I didn't know. I was just like, we're in business now. I got to put a suit on. And I was like, no, wait a minute. I need to be me. That's the deal. I said, and Jackie, bam. And I'm like, oh, we said we were going to build a sales training company. We didn't have one client yet. I stood up and I said, I raised my hand. He goes, what's your name? I said, Andy Elliott. And he said, what are you going to do, Andy Elliott? And I said, I'm going to build the biggest car sales training company. No confidence. My wife goes, bam. And that's Jackie. And she goes, we're going to build the biggest sales training company in the world. Not just cars, everything. It's going to be the biggest in the world. That's what she said. And he goes, oh. He goes, everybody, did you hear that? He said, that's a big call out. That's a big one. He goes, give it up for Andy Elliott. Hopefully one day he'll keep his word and you guys will know his name. The next year, when I left there, I said, oh man, I'm gonna freaking kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Just like you guys will walk out of here today and you're like, I'm gonna kill him. But I did. And I kept my word to myself. And I went home and I turned on David Goggins. And I would listen to this one thing that he would say over and over. He would say, every day, David Goggins goes to war with Goggins. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, he didn't want to be the old him, but for some reason he couldn't ever kill that guy off totally. He was always in the shadows. He was always right there trying to come back out on him. He was always trying to tell David to be lazy. And so Goggins created this internal person that was like going to kill that guy. And so like, does that really make sense? No. But if you guys are understanding what I'm saying, it makes sense to you. You get it. When you don't want to be someone and you go to become someone else, internally, there are two people going to war with each other. There is your old identity, who you were when you grew up, every experience you've ever been through, all the things you've seen, who you think you are, how the world has labeled you, how you've labeled you. There's that guy. And then there's this new son of a bitch that went to this event who's coming home and is like, hey, I'm in here now. Okay. Is he going to kick him out or is he going to kick him out? I was like, dude, this guy gets it. This guy gets it. This guy was a big fat guy, 320 pounds, lost 120 pounds in 100 days, got in the Navy SEAL. One guy believed in him, changed his whole life. Now he's inspired millions. David Goggins didn't know when he was a fat guy spraying for freaking cockroaches that he was going to change the world. You think he thought that? That's why some of you in here need to realize the devil, he didn't want him to think he was going to be anybody. But God's like, bro, you follow my freaking steps. I'm telling you, you do these things. And he says, do what you don't want to do. Do what you don't want to do. So whatever it is that you want to do the freaking opposite. Okay? Because the flesh is awful. Here's what I'll tell you. You feed your flesh, you'll hate yourself. Any man in this room that's like, man, I'm gonna watch some porn. Okay, watch it. When you're done, disgusted with yourself. Before, it feels good. After, hate yourself. Hey, do this lie, steal this thing. Oh yeah, I could gain. You do it, and then you're like, oh shit, that was bad. You feed the flesh every decision you do in your life. So if I do this thing, will I respect myself more? If I do this thing, will I respect myself more? If I do this thing, will I like me more? If I do this thing, will I become greater? Hey, lastly, this is huge. Everybody, oh man, this thing changed my whole freaking life. If you operate like someone is watching you with a video camera 24 hours a day, and they're gonna send it to your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, your mom, your dad, and your grandma, and your grandpa, on everything you do, how would you live? Huh? How would you live then? What would you do then? If I took that camera and I told every one of you, surprise, we've been recording you the last month. You're like, dude, burn that shit. Don't, no. And I'm like, yeah, when no one was around, all the searches on your phone, everything you did, every conversation you had about everyone in your life, we got it all, bro. And we're gonna watch it. You're like, don't do that. Okay. That's how I want you to live. By the way, so important, total disclaimer. Are you all going, when you leave here and you go to attack this mission, will you mess up? Come back, kid. Come back, kid, till death. Come back, kid, till death. This is the theme. Come back, kid, till death. If you fall, get your ass back up. Do you remember in the movie Rocky? Remember Rocky got the hell beat out of him? Rocky was nobody. But remember we got the hell beat out of him? Do you remember that point when Apollo Creed saw Rocky get back up because he was done? And remember that one little look when Apollo Creed looked over and Rocky got back up, and he's like, this guy's unhuman. Took his soul, man. And David Goggins talks about taking souls. Am I right? If you guys listen to me today, you're gonna take everyone's soul. Dude, I wanna take their souls. I've had so many people not believe in me. And honestly, I wanna take my old life soul. I want the old me to suffer and watch this new me. I knew when I didn't die, all those times I should have died, I knew there was a reason. I was 14 years old, driving in the back of a truck. I had a buddy. We both jumped out. It was driving down the road. We thought it was cool. We were gonna jump out while I was driving. So stupid. He died. I don't understand. Why didn't I die? We were just kids. We didn't think we were gonna die. But when you jump out of a truck going 40 miles an hour and you hit the pavement, we thought we were gonna land on our feet. Dumb. Why didn't I die? I didn't die because I think that I was supposed to be used for something greater, and I'm not gonna disrespect it anymore. If you guys feel this, man, listen, I need you to know this. It's good to get stirred up. It's good to get pissed off, okay? So I put here, I have felt all of these things, and this is where we're gonna start growing and changing. But you guys feel all these things that most people have felt. Am I right? Have you guys felt them? I felt them. Here's what I want. Write this down. Build a movement. I don't care what you do for a living. Build a movement. Please. Build a movement. Today, all of that changes right here. Today. Everything in your life is going to change today. Today, we kill off the old you. The old you is dead. The old you doesn't come back. If you believe in the Bible, okay? The Bible, there was someone named Saul. Who was Saul? The Christian killer. He persecuted Christians. He cut their heads off. He killed them until he became a Christian. It's not about religion today. It said the old is gone, the new has come. This man that would take the Bible further than anyone else was the worst of them all. If you're in here right now and you've hurt people, you've been hurt, you've betrayed people, you've been betrayed, you've cheated, you've been cheated, you stole, dude, you're a piece of crap, all that can change right now. And here's what I'll tell you. When you make a mistake, own it immediately and change. There's one goal. What does that say? Never change back. Who in here can make a commitment today to change and never change back? Everybody say never, 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 never. Over your dead body will you change back. And you know what I want? Is it good to get pissed off? Yes! Yes, it's good to get pissed off. You know what? It's about time your family sees you freaking stand up and stand for something. You think your wife wants to see you be a freaking coward? No. God hates cowards. Okay? He respects people who can come back. That's who he respects. And listen, he has grace on you. So like when you listen to me, this grace, like it's real, dude. You don't need validation from anyone in this world to tell you that you can make it. I am here to tell you that when I started doing this training, when I came to an event like this, I left and the whole world told me that's the stupidest crap anyone could have ever told anyone. That's all a lie. You know what I learned? I create my own economy. I create my own reality. Listen, you guys clearly hearing me before I even started teaching, you guys see my perspective on life. You guys see my eyes. You guys can see my lenses. You know what I wish I could do? I wish I'd go out there and pull some of your freaking eyeballs out, take my eyes and put them in your eyes and just show you what I see. Dude, you've never been in a better time to be alive, ever than right now. So everybody's aware, 95% of the world's lost. I'm gonna call it out. 95% of the world's lost. What do they need? Leadership. What are you here to do? Change your life. Because if you can change your life, you can change someone else's life. And whatever you're gonna do, if it's gonna be big, it's gonna require an army. It's gonna require a team. It's gonna require a movement. You know what I am? I'm a territory taker. I take over territories. That's how we grow our business so big. I decide what I'm taking over, and then I bring the leadership to that area. We clear it out. And people say, well, what's the strategy? Be great. Be great. Don't try to go and be the cool guy. I hate cool guys. Listen, total disclaimer, I hate rich people. I've always hated them. I'm a broke person with money. You say, I don't understand. I've been looked down my whole life. I've been looked down on by rich people. Maybe there's some good rich people that I haven't met, but most of them that I see, I just feel like when they find out about my past or what I did or how I used to be, it's like they just look down on me, and I just don't like that. So I've just decided to live with the underdogs. Does that make sense? I've decided to live with the underdogs. All right, guys, never change back. Yeah, I'm good. Who's ready to keep going? All right, love you. All right, here we go. Yeah, thank you, baby. All right, check this out. Write this down. Chase the man, not the money. Okay, now we're gonna get into tactically how you kill, crush, dominate, and destroy. And if you don't write this down, you're gonna miss it. Okay? Chase the man. What does that mean? Women in here, when I say man, when I say guys, I mean chase who you're supposed to be. Chase that person. Don't chase the money. Everybody do me a favor. If you want to get rich, listen, would you rather be rich and have a horrible life? Or would you rather have a great life and not have a lot of money? I'd rather have a great life and not have a lot of money. But if you can become who you're supposed to be, you can have a thing that's called heaven on earth. And you know what it is? It's getting rich and living a rich life. If anyone in this room thinks for a minute that God doesn't want you to be rich, you're an absolute fool. God needs you to make a lot of money so that you can go help other people who need help. Hey, people are like, I can't believe they're talking about God and money. You think God wants you to be broke so you can't help anybody? This person right here needs help. Oh man, I don't have any money. I can't help them. Fine. Wash their feet, take care of them, open the door. But some people need freaking finances. What if a child in here today has cancer and there's a $200,000 medical bill? I'm sorry, it takes money. By the way, you better listen up. The reason why, if you run this play, this will work, because someday there's going to be someone in your family, and it may not be you, but something's going to happen, and someone's going to need to be successful to step in and help those people. I've been there, man. My wife's brother, something happened. We had to step in. It cost a couple $100,000. Had we not had the money, he'd have died. It's just fact. I want you all to be successful. Please don't mistake that I don't want you to be successful. I want you to be rich. I want you to have Ferraris and Lamborghinis, whatever the hell you want, big houses. But I also want you to be an example of human excellence to everyone in the freaking world. And the greatest thing that I can do, is to tell you who you are in business, in the community, and at home. All three of them must be totally aligned. If you're great at home, but you're a freaking asshole in the community, you're trash. If you're awesome in business, if you're the best business person ever, but I see you disrespect your family, you are trash. I am telling you, I want to call you out on all of your crap. By the way, I'm calling you up. Remember what I said? If somebody will tell you the truth, that's it. Now, I asked a question. I want to be respected. You're not going to be liked by everybody. If you run my play, what I will tell you is two things. Number one, I will introduce you into a version of you that you never thought was possible. So cool. Oh my gosh, dude, this is the present. What comes with it, a lot of people ain't gonna like it. Okay? How do we get rid of haters? Stop winning. There's only one way to get rid of haters. Stop winning. Don't matter. Don't do anything. So if anyone in here, when people start to change, the first thing they get is hate. Bro, what's the deal, man? What's going on with all these things? You know when I got on social media? Because you know, everybody knows building a brand is important, right? Guys, I'm 45 years old. At 40, I wasn't like, I wasn't on the MySpace, the whatever things that was out there on the internet, even Instagram, until 2019, November, or 2020. I was never on the internet. The only thing on the internet was an internet lead that I was going to call because I was going to make a sale. I did not search the web for anything because the internet was not something that I wanted. I wanted to have nothing to do with posting selfies and pictures and shit like that. That's not me. But when I learned what era we lived in, that the TVs would be going away and the news would be dissolving, and the new thing would be people are going to be living on their phones. That's what era we live in. People are driving to work on their phone. People wake up, they're on their phone. People go to bed on their phone. People are eating dinner with their family on their phone. People are at work on their phone. If you want to build a brand, you have to get on social media. So, I started in 2020 making videos. Hey guys, it's Andy. The only person that was watching him was Jackie. I had no one watching him. Same thing's gonna happen to you. You'd be like, Dad, like my video. But the people that knew me in my life, you know what they said to me? Are you ready? That's not who you are. You know what they said? We know who you are. No, they know who I was. You guys got it? How many people in your life right now know who you used to be? All of them. No one really knows who you are but you. I'm going to tell you the greatest news ever that really stirred the shit out of me. I knew who I wanted to be, and I knew that whenever I stepped out there, I knew I was going to get a wrath of hate. And I did. And then I met my new family. And then I would learn later on, because I didn't quit. I want you to write this down. Winners live where quitters quit. If you want to win, don't quit. You'll never be big if you quit. Ever. Ever. None of you will. Where do the winners live? Where quitters quit. Hell Week, David Goggins. You're going to meet him in a little bit. He went through Hell Week, right? Yeah. You know what they do in Hell Week? Torture your ass. And they carry this little thing called a bell. And they do this. Come on, man. Bro, you're in the worst pain of your life. You're freezing cold. You think you're going to die. You actually could die. And they're like, bro, you don't have to be out here, man. Dude, your wife and your kids are at home. They need you, man. You don't got nothing to prove to them. What are you doing out here? This is stupid. Ring the bell and all the pain stops. Listen. Ring the bell. Listen, I will make all the pain stop right now. All of it. You won't feel any. Matter of fact, the second you ring the bell, you're going to feel so good. And I'm going to walk you over to a nice warm shower. And you're going to be so warm, and you're going to forget about all this pain. And then we're going to have a first-class flight right back home to your family. And you're going to be sitting at home with them, and they need you, and they love you. And at that moment, you forget about the 10 years that you told everybody your whole life that you want to be a Navy SEAL. You forget about everything that you've ever wanted to be because you just want that pain to go away. You just want it to go away. And then there's someone promising you that they can make it go away. That's what the haters are. The haters are little bells. They're little bells running around. They're like, come on, man, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. Okay, every time I see those bells, they just inspire the shit out of me to go harder. That's what they do. If you ring that bell, I said winners live where quitters quit. If you ring the bell, here's what happens. You get to go to the shower. It's warm. You love it. But in the distance, you hear the people who didn't ring the bell still out. You have to live with that for the rest of your life. I sat in an event like this, and I looked to the left and I looked to the right, and I had all these people that were fired up and hyped up and motivated around me. Over that next year or two, they would all ring the bell. I didn't ring the bell. I will tell you, if you don't quit, you will make it big. Everybody, do you hear me? You can't sacrifice the things that are important to you in your life, though. Nobody respects someone that gives up their family for a business. I'm sorry. I don't care how much money you make. Once you tell me that you threw your family away, I immediately exit. You're uninspiring at that point. That's not what I want. If we were to decide and tell everybody what the world wants, what do they all want? Everybody wants to be in great shape. No matter what you say, I know you want to be in good shape. Everybody wants to look in the mirror and be proud of themselves. I know that. I don't need to ask you what you want. I know what you want because you're a human just like me. You can make whatever excuse you want, but I know that you want to be in great shape, so I must be in good shape. Secondly, everybody wants to belong. Everybody wants to find a place and find their people that they belong in. So I want to make sure that I create an environment which is a hero-making machine. Write that down. Hero-making machine. Is your circle making people better? I have news for all of you. If you're around me, you will either be great or you won't be around me, because I don't let people stay the same. That's why so many people are like, bro, how can I be next to you? I have 1,000 times, there's people in here that are like, God, I got to find the right guys to work for my company. I get 1,000 people a day that ask to work for my company. And you know why? All they want to do is be great, and they know if they're around me, I'm going to push the hell out of them. That's what the world wants with you guys. And by the way, over the next year, you can become this person that you'll say, well, I don't understand how that fits into what I'm doing now in life. You don't have to understand that. When I quit my job selling cars, do you think I saw this? Do you think I saw anything? Do you think I saw none? No. Those visions, they come in steps, in waves. But you know what I know? If you don't quit, you get to those next steps. You get to those next waves. The second you break, you start over. Nobody's beating you. You beat you. You can say whatever you want. You can say, well, we had this market crash. No, you quit, dude. I built my business during COVID. I saw people go out during COVID. What's your story going to be? I don't care what happens in the world. If you stay a leader, you are literally not affected. No matter what happens out here, it does not affect you. Does that make sense? All right. Chase the man, not the money. You guys want to be respected? Become something the world's never seen. If you want to be used, don't listen to anything I say and chase money. If you chase money and you get it, people will use you for it. Am I right? But they'll never respect you. I had a business owner ask me the other day, he goes, Andy, I have these guys every 2 years, they work for me, they promise me they're going to stay with me, then after 2 years, they quit. I said, well, they work for you for money. Why did they leave? Well, they left because they got paid more money. Well, they worked for you for money, and then when someone offered to pay them more money, they left. When you become a mentor, everybody, your number one goal is to become a mentor to someone else. Lead your life right, and you can help other people lead their life. People will work for their mentor over money. It's a new era. It's a new revolution. You want to build something great? Create something more valuable than money. Everything that I'm talking about right now on this stage is more valuable than money. Am I right? It's a switch. If you're around me, who in here has been around me pretty close a lot? Raise your hand. Those of you have your hand, how often do I talk about money? Never. I never talk about money. If you become great, you get rich. I know. It's hard. I don't understand. Become great, you'll understand. I don't know how it all plays out, but I know how it plays out. You get it? By the way, you don't have to start your own business. When you become great, I said you attract. There's a guy in this room that has a $50 million business. And he's walking around and looking for people all day long who is great. He's looking and looking and looking. And he's like, I see that guy. Do you think he cares if you have money or not? No. He says, what are your standards? What are your values? Do you align with me? Are you a warrior? Will you quit? Are you a leader? And if you're those things, he's like, that guy, I'm gonna make him freaking rich. You see? Do you get it? So for some of you, you're like, man, I gotta get my breakthrough. It's like, this is the freaking breakthrough. Hey, also, listen, it's not about, please, as of me being a business owner, honestly, I would tell a lot of you, never own your own business. Look, if you're afraid to get sued, be mocked at, laughed at, attacked, don't open your own business. If you're not afraid, open one day. Just know when you do and you build something great, guess what? Remember I said you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. Okay? Best thing you could ever do, find someone great, go help them build something great. That's what I would tell you. All right, who are you proving wrong? Everybody write it down. Who are you proving wrong? Seriously, if you don't write this one down, when things get hard, what makes you not want to quit? 5 a.m. in the morning, you don't want to wake up and go to the gym. Who said you were going to be a loser? Write down their name. I have a whole list. When I read Patrick Bet-David's book, Choose Your Enemies Wisely, it was very clear. David Goggins said, Andy Frisella, all the guys, when I started my journey, Andy Frisella said, I put a little baggie on my shoulder of all these people that laughed at me. You know, he got stabbed in the face. You guys know Andy Frisella, right? Well, you guys seen his face, right? Does anybody know Andy Frisella? Raise your hand. Do you watch his content, Andy Frisella? He was stabbed in the face with a knife when he was younger. That's why he has the big scar on his face. And he hated the way that he looked. And everybody laughed at him and made fun of him. They looked at him like he had a problem. And he freaking hated it, man. And he said he just put that in a bag, man. And every time he just didn't want to do something, you think about all those people, man, that were laughing at him. He's like, no, over my dead body, am I going to let those people be right about me? So my question to you guys is, you're haters? I mean, were they really haters or were they right? Are you a loser? Do you quit? Hey, if you quit, and you're mad at them for saying you quit, well, you shouldn't be mad at them. They're just telling the truth and you're pissed off because you don't like to hear the truth. But if you're not a quitter, at 5 a.m. when you say you're going to get up to the gym, the night before when you say that you're going to write out the next day's plan, everything that you say you're going to do, well, when you don't feel like doing it, you do it. Watch. This is probably the biggest one. And I know that a lot of you won't hang on to this, but the ones that do are the most dangerous. And you've heard it, but it is so true. How you live your life when no one else is around is really who you are. How you think when you're not watching like a motivational video or YouTube, that's really who you are. You must understand what you do when no one's around is really who you are. These things run very deep. You guys want a big ass life? You got to go really deep. And by the way, I'm living proof that you can do it. Guys, if I can do it in 4 years, what most people couldn't do in 40 lifetimes, you guys could probably do it the next year. But you got to listen. Some of you guys in here are casual. You're very casual. Can I take a couple notes, go back, answering some text messages on my phone? Is that text message going to change your life? Nope. But you're an idiot. There you go. It's never been easier to be great. It's never been easier to be distracted. How about this? If you can't say no to the notifications on your phone, you're never gonna be great. Look down. 48 notifications. I don't care. 48,000. I don't care. 227 text messages. So what? This is my freaking life, man. You know what I know? Stay caught in the busy work. Don't change your life. Stop telling people you want to be great. And at the end of your life, listen, this is the truth. Are we all going to die? When we die, you're either going to have regrets or you're going to be happy to go. If I would have died at 40, I would have had regrets. I hated me. Right now, if I die, I know I got a lot left to do. I'm good to die. I'm good to die right now. I feel good. I'm being the man I always wanted to be. I want you to ask yourself, are you proud of who you are right now? Have you accomplished what you wanted? And if not, I need you to get urgent. I need you to move with speed. I need you to get pissed off. I need you to, and also do it loving. You know, like a savage can be loving. Like you don't have to be a maniac and be a bad person. Dude, I mean, your vibes Do they move people? Energy sells. I'm in sales, but like, nobody's gonna look up to somebody who's dead. You know, like people are like, oh, this guy's yelling at people. Yeah, you're freaking dead, dude. No one wants to be you. Nobody's excited about your life. You haven't done anything. No one's taking advice from you because no one wants your life. And the only people that are listening to you are people that are freaking idiots because you haven't even done anything in your freaking life yet. Okay? But here you are, haven't done anything, don't inspire anybody, don't have any energy, not changing anybody's lives, and you're telling everybody what they're doing wrong. You're a freaking loser. I used to be that guy. I was in a car dealership. I was working a car deal, and I used to be a hater. You know how I know how I hate these people? Because I used to be one too, and I freaking hated me. You know, you have to sometimes be something to know that like you don't want to be that no more. You know why you have to hurt people and people have to hurt you to know that hurting people is bad? You can't just be hurt. You also have to hurt people. You have to be a loser and also be a winner so you can make a choice. So I want to be a loser or a winner. I've been both. What do I want to be now? I remember I was sitting in a car dealership. I look across the showroom floor. I was fat. I was out of shape. I was working a car deal. And I saw this guy walk by. Really good shape, shredded. Do you know what the first thing that came out of my mouth was? Who in the hell is that freaking queer? I didn't know how this comes out of my head. And you know what I realized? This guy just triggered me. He made me question myself. Listen, total transparency, total vulnerability. This guy triggered me, man. I said, man, I bet that guy drives a Ford Taurus. I bet that guy's a loser. I bet that guy doesn't make money. Dude, I'm thinking all these things. And you know what I realized? I'm a freaking loser, dude. That guy triggered me. I want to be like him. I did. I want to be like him. And you know what I decided? I don't want to be a hater no more. Also, me and my wife, be very careful. Listen to me here. Dude, I am giving you guys so many valuable bombs that if you're just consciously here with me and you're listening, change your whole life. When we started to change our life, we started to notice everything that everyone else was doing wrong. And me and her would kind of complain about like what other people were like, hey, did you see those people, babe? Did you see them? And one day Jackie's like, whoa. She's like, we're changing our life, but like, we're also like complaining about other people too. And I was like, whoa. I was like, wait, this is toxic. We got to get rid of this negativity. When you talk bad about someone else, that is cancer. Oh my God. We decided we would never talk about anyone else and we would only pray for people. We'd only help them be better. And our job was to be the greatest example possible. And that's it. Now, will we problem solve about how we can help other people? Yes, but we would never talk about their flaws. And if we were going to talk to anyone about anything that was going on in their life, we would talk about them to their face in front of them. We made it a rule to never talk about anyone who wasn't in the room with us again. Dude, that little thing, a lot of you are like, oh, I don't see how that will change. It's a big deal. Listen, especially if you guys are going for greatness. I have a feeling, I told you guys when I came in here today, that I felt this heavy weight. That when I came in here today, I'm like, dude, every one of these chairs, that chair, that chair, that chair, chair in the back, all those chairs, I think they're $100 million chairs. I mean, that's what I see. I don't know what you guys see, but I see $100 million chairs. I see leaders everywhere. I see bloodlines getting broken. I see stories getting rewrote. I see generational curses being broke. I see some of you guys today, like honestly deciding to totally go and live a whole different freaking life. That's what I see. And never change back. And you know what I know? I know this, that your name will be in the history books. Some of you are chasing a good life. Some of you are chasing the history books. You're a history book chaser. You want your name in the history book. You join me. You run this play. I will teach you. I am teaching you everything that I am doing. Just run the freaking play. That's it. So, who are you proving wrong? This is a big one. This right here, Jackie has never seen me share this picture. Do you guys see that? Who are you proving right? I'd rather die than let my wife down. Who's the one person in this world that you know has believed in you? Man, I never had one person. Not one until I met Jackie. Jackie was the only one. And you know what she said? Because she's honest. She's like, damn, you're a project. And I was like, sounds like projects are good, right? And she's like, yeah, no, I mean, and by the way, listen, just so you're aware, you know who the most dangerous person in this room is? The most broken person. The most broke person in this room. I watched yesterday in the workout. We all did this workout yesterday. I know some of you were there. There were guys with six packs, shredded, just kind of like. And then there's a guy next to him that's like, he's like 400 pounds. He's hungrier than the guy with the six pack. You want to know why I built my life so fast? Because I was that freaking guy. If you're kind of doing good in the room, but, you know, like better than most people thought you would do, I feel sorry for you. Because it's very hard to build a life like I'm talking about and understand how to go to the next level if you're not searching for answers. If you're not searching for answers and you're not hungry, you're not going to get my message. Does that make sense? By the way, why the hell would someone come to this event not looking for answers? But I'm just saying, there's two people that I can help right here. You're broke, you're dead on E, you're broken, and you're sick of your shit, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. That guy, that girl, got you. Dangerous, we're going to the top. We're gonna skip. There's the guy in the middle. He's numb. He's got a little bit. He's doing okay. He can't be bothered. He doesn't really get stirred up anymore. You gotta skip him. Don't be that guy. The middle guy's the dead guy in the room. The middle guy's the dead guy. Then you got the guy like me. I used to be that guy, and now I'm a guy that's running to the top. But I operate from a state of madness. I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing freaking legacy. So I can't sleep at night, not because I'm looking at my bank account. I can't sleep at night because I'm like, dude, I need to figure out tomorrow how to get my hands on one of these underdogs that's gonna go freaking do something big in this world. Or get my hand on a business owner that actually is like making money and doing good, but he needs to be a better example to his family. He needs to be a better father, a better husband. You know, he needs to go out in the world and realize, dude, he's made more than just to make money. Yeah, do it all, get it all. Guys, today, honestly, is about getting it all. If you guys are kind of tying everything together, if you get one thing, but you don't get the others, you're still gonna hate yourself. If you want to understand, what does Andy Elliott stand for? What is the Elliott Army? We get it all of it. We want it all. I want to be close to God. I want to be a great husband. I want to be a great father. I want to make a shit ton of money. I want to inspire other people. I want to be a great leader. I want to like me. I want to be physically fit. I want it all. Do you guys want it all? Yes or no? Do you guys feel me? Can you guys understand the play? Do you guys, when you get out of here, do you think anyone else is going to talk to you this way? No. Do you think anyone wants this for you? No. Today, this room, I promise you, is going in the history books. And I know some of you are being quiet, to be honest with you. I'm up here teaching to you, so I'm like passionate, but when I learn, I'm actually pretty quiet. I just process. I'm like, so, do some of you in here feel like you're like having an internal war with yourself right now? Like you're auditing your life. You're like auditing the places you go. You're auditing like the people you're around. You're doing a self-awareness audit. Like, you have to be aware of your own self. Self-awareness is huge. Self-awareness. Most people, how many of you in here, you know your business really good, right? But you don't know yourself. You don't even take time to learn you. You're so freaking busy. You have so many other responsibilities. You've actually skipped the most important piece was you. It's 99% of you in here. You don't have to raise your hands. I know that's you. And when I became self-aware of me, I never had seen growth like I see it now, because I was always the answer to everything. If my life is going great, it's my fault. If my life is going down the drain, it's my fault. It's always been my fault. I take credit for everything, good and bad, because I am responsible for me. And so, like, this is a big one, guys. This is where a lot of you in here realize that everything in your life, the way that it's going, is all because of you. And what does that mean? Here's the good news. You can fix everything. And some of you think that you're like miles away. Listen, I want to tell you something. Here's the devil's biggest goal. Dude, you're so far away from a breakthrough. Like, honestly, this is stupid, bro. Just go back to doing what you're doing. You're going to get your break down the road. Dude, we're sitting on a freaking bed of diamonds right now in this room. If you're in this room and like your life is pure hell and chaos, guess what? You're literally on the verge of a breakthrough. It's like right there in front of you. I tell people all the time, I'm like, frustration plus chaos plus confusion, there's a freaking breakthrough waiting. It's right there. But people quit at that little spot. Does that make sense? Okay, this right here, this is so crazy. But this last one, I was showing this picture of Jackie over here. This was, when we started our business, this was Jackie. We cropped some shorts on her because she was sleeping. But I had to take a picture of her at 4 a.m. in the morning. This was us every night starting our business. I said, who is the person that you don't want to let down? So many times, you know who we hurt? The closest people to us. We just step right on them. My wife, she would say something to me one day that would change everything. She said, who are you trying to please? If you died right now, or I'm sorry, if you got cancer right now, who would be there for you? Me. But you're going every day and giving all these other people everything you have, and then you're bringing me back leftovers every night. Who are you trying to please? Let's just decide. And I was like, dude, you know what? I'm crapping on my wife every night. She loves me more than anybody. She would be there with me. She's the one who's going to be with me till I die. When I decided, this is big because some of you are in different ages, but when I decided to take my family with me on the journey, always train, always develop, always coach, always dream big, always run with your family. My kids go everywhere. My wife goes everywhere. We all go everywhere. She stood by my side. She helped us build our whole business. I'm telling you, who is it that you don't, right, want to let down? Who is it that you're proving right? This is a big one. Okay, psycho competitor. Write this down. In absence of a off switch, if you want to live a life that will go into the history books, and I don't have anything wrong with someone being in this room, we all want different things, that says, Andy, I don't want all that, man. Honestly, like, if I could just make $100,000 a year and my kids are all right, and I could be home every night by 5 o'clock and off on the weekends, Okay. Hey, I'm cool with that. Guys, we're all after different stuff. Just, if you want that, understand this message about being a great person and take that to that life. But if you don't want that life and you want to build something big, in absence of an off switch. There's no off switch. I was driving in the car one day, and my wife would ask me, she'd say, Andy, can we turn off the radio? Like, it wasn't the radio, but it was like motivational stuff, right? And I was like, why? And she's like, well, because it just is always on. And I'm like, I know, but like, I don't want to lose my edge. And she's like, yeah, but you know, like, let's wind down. I'm like, I don't want to wind down. And she's like, but we're in the bedroom now. You know, like, we got to turn off David Goggins. You know, we got to turn off. And I'm like, I don't know how to say this, but like, I'm afraid I'm going to go back to my old life. Like, it just scares the hell out of me. I honestly sometimes just know what got me to where I'm at. And like, I just don't want to chance it. She understood. And she's like, you're psycho. I get it. And she's like, we have what we have and people follow you and we built this thing because you're crazy. And she understands that we are different and she's crazy too, but like, I'm just, when you know like what you need and you know how like you tick and you like learn yourself, I had to like tell Jackie like how I was operating so that she could help support me. Does that make sense? You know, like, and that's why we're best friends. And so like some of you, if you'll run my play, whoever can do it for the longest wins the biggest. Whoever can stay the most consistent will grow the biggest and the fastest. Whoever will be in absence of an off switch, the most psycho competitor will change the most lives. Some of you in here, you're supposed to be doing something way bigger than you're doing right now. And so I'm reaching out to you today to rip you out. And then some of you, you don't want to do those really big things, but you do want to live a life that counts, because I know nobody wants to let their life not matter. I want you to get stirred up and chase your best with what you want. But I will tell you, just in case some of you may be told that you're not supposed to be one of these big players, I think that's a lie. I can't imagine one person in this room not believing they weren't supposed to freaking be in the history books. I just can't believe that. So I'm going to refuse to believe that. I'm going to keep coaching you guys like this. And I believe every one of these chairs, all of them, whether it's a 16-year-old or whether it's a 70-year-old, I believe that every one of you are going to make a decision in this room to never change back when you leave. And I will promise you, I will make you a promise that we will die with together. That when you die, because of the decision you made in this room today to live differently at a higher standard with human excellence, to be an example to others, to keep your word to yourself, to run with people who positively peer pressure the hell out of you to become better every day, and you do the same to them. When you die, you will be at peace when you go to heaven, I promise you. If you live this way, but if not, I can't promise you that. There may be something inside that says, man, I should have been a better example to my kids. Now I got to leave it up to some other man. Man, whose job is it to motivate your family? It's yours. If you want to really understand in full circle what I'm saying, I want to kick ass in business. I am a businessman and I'm a psychopath in business. But it's also my job to take care of my family. And I think 80% of this room isn't taking care of some responsibilities in their life that they know they've been needed to take care of. And I'm asking you guys, yes, step it up in the psychopath world and business. But I think this other thing, only the mature will understand this. If you're going to compete with me, and me and you were to go head and head in business, and we're the exact same, you're just as good as me, and I'm just as good as you, but I have a better home life than you, I'm going to kick your ass. You will, at some point, break, and you'll lose everything, and I won't. I see this happen every day, and that's why today you got to wake your ass up, and you got to realize, what are your non-negotiables? What do you want? Remember I told you, I said everybody can tell you what they do, but they can't tell you what they can't tell you what they want, they can't tell you who they are. If you can't write down on a piece of paper right now what you want, how can you tack it viciously? How many of you right now are chasing your tail, you're running around, you're just staying busy all the time, and you feel unfulfilled? You know why? It's because you're not clear. Today is about getting clear. And how do you get clear? You get clear by starting in your mind. Who do you want to be? Who are you? What is your identity? Write it down on a piece of paper. If you can't write it down later. Think about it. What are the things in your life that are the most important things in you? Are you willing to sacrifice those things to make money? The answer should be hell no over my dead body. By the way, if you take your family with you, they will support you to make more money than you ever imagined. People walk up to me, they're like, how do I get my wife to support you like Jackie does? Take her with you on the journey. If she's not included, how can she support you? If she's not a part of the dream, how can she support the dream? And if she's not a part of the dream, she's going to fight the dream. And some of you know exactly what I mean. If your kids aren't a part of the journey, how can they support the journey? Do you see my kids up here? They support the journey. They support the journey. They are the journey. If I do all this, but I don't stay close to them, by the way, we're all human. I have bad days. Whoever can self-correct the fastest is the most dangerous person in this room. How fast can you self-correct in this room right now? Does every one of you see one problem in your life that you need to change right now? Yes or no? How fast can you self-correct it? Are you going to put it off till Monday? I want it changed now. When this event's over today and you walk out of here, you walk out and you fix that immediately. Only the winners will fix their stuff today. Losers will put it off for tomorrow. If you put it off tomorrow, you know who you are. You'll fix it today. Matter of fact, you'll fix all this stuff today. You know why? Because your ass might die tomorrow. So if you want me to guarantee you that if you died, you won't die with regrets, you'll fix it the minute we walk out of here. Okay? And by the way, as we keep going here, okay, principles of success. Doing something over and 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 over again until you're the best at it. Who in here wants to get rich? Raise your hand. Want to get rich? I want to get rich. Guess how you get rich? Be the best at one thing. The guy that chases 2 rabbits loses both. Some of you right now, I talk to people, they're like, yeah, I got a marketing agency, I do this, I do that. I'm like, dude, you're out. Okay? I hear people walk up to me all the time, they're like, Andy, what should I invest in? I'm like, how much did you make last year? They're like, 100 grand. I'm like, bro, you don't have an investment problem, you have an income problem. Right? How do you make more income? Right there. Find out what you want to do. Everybody pick one thing. One thing. And become the very best at it in the world. That's what I want you to do. Okay? This is huge. If you want to be successful, that is a principle of success that is an absolute life and game changer. All right. Every one of you, when you do hard things long enough, hard things become easy. Would you agree? Has anybody ever cold plunged? Yeah, when you do it the first time, honestly, it's like, you're like, oh my God. Then after a while, you're like, dude, this is nothing. It's like, after a while, honestly, like all the stuff that you thought was hard is actually really easy. You know what I'll tell you? I watched this man when I was 40 years old hold his wife's hand, walk down the road, laugh, have fun, and I saw them in love. He didn't love her, she didn't love him, they were in love. You understand? There's a difference, am I right? And I was like, and see, here's how I am. Everybody write down model proven practices. Find people who have what you want and study them and do what they're doing. I literally looked over and I just started emulating what this guy was doing. Basically, I copycatted him, which is really what success is. You find people who have done what you want to do and they're doing it at a really high level and you just model it until you can do it better. Does that make sense? And then you become great and you learn high income skill and all these things. But I saw this guy and I was like, wow. I started doing it, but I realized that it felt really uncomfortable and like it didn't feel natural. You know what I'm saying? Well, after a while, me and Jackie fell back in love with each other. We always loved each other, but like her eyes changed. People in this room, have you ever had somebody see you and they kind of look through you? With the cell phone generation going on, don't you see most people, they like look through people because their minds are really like in technology? But then have you ever talked to somebody and you like feel like seen? Like for some reason we were talking to this person, like they don't seem like anything else matters but you. Have you ever felt that way? I call those love eyes. When somebody really cares about somebody, there's this thing called love eyes. And when I sold, I used love eyes. I would make sure that people knew that there was nothing more important than them. And that's why I always outsold everybody. And I knew that most people that were amateurs looked through people. And I knew my customers knew the difference. And so that allowed me to stand out. With Jackie, because I know sales, when I started treating her different, it was kind of hard in the beginning. It felt uncomfortable. And I started to notice that she brought back those love eyes, and so did I. And we fell back in love. And I want to tell you, anything in your life that you want to fix right now, it's going to be really hard. You guys get it? But if you do hard things long enough, it becomes easy. Today, I have a pretty chaotic life. I really do. It's pretty chaotic. It's crazy. There's no way I could have handled this 4 years ago. But today, I'm like, dude, I needed to get 4 times more chaotic. Like, I want more. Because I've gotten so used to doing these crazy things that they're actually just very easy now. Everybody understand. Stress is bad for you. Stress kills. But pressure is good. I don't want stress in my life. If I have a relationship with you and it brings stress on me, I don't want to be in it anymore. But if I'm in a relationship with you and you pressure me to be better, I'm actually quite addicted to it because I love the pressure. Understand the difference between stress and pressure. Some of you, if you're a leader and you have a sales team in here, you may go home and you may stress your team out. They'll all quit. But if you pressure your team, they will love you because everyone loves and respects a coach who pushes them. Right? So guys, this is a huge one. When you do hard things long enough, eventually hard becomes easy. And the only reason why I'm telling you guys some of this is because you're going to get out of here, you're going to be motivated, you're going to be ready to start something, you're going to go to try to start doing things, and then you're going to be like, dude, this sucks. Well, guess what? It does suck for a while, and it might suck for a couple years. Is everybody okay with it sucking for a couple years? Cool. That's what it is. But as long as you know what to expect, and that's what it is, then that's great. So I just want to tell you, this is a big, big key part. Now, all of you in here, what was the number one reason why you came to this David Goggins event today? Number one reason. But write this down. I want you to be able to see if you can actually be clear on what you want. Why did you come here? Write it down. Write down, what did I want to change? What was it that you wanted to change? Write it down. Spencer, what did you want to change? Write down. What did you want to change? What was it? And now I want you to look up here, and I want you to tell me and repeat out loud, what does it say? Don't let your family suffer because of your ego. Listen to me. I see so many people right now that won't change because they have ego. When my wife in 2019 would have a really hard conversation with me, you know what I wanted to do isn't what I did. I want to tell you, this thing called ego is the death of growth. This thing is the death of growth. It's the death. It is the death of every one of you in here. I said earlier, if you're ever lucky enough to have one person in your life, just one person that'll tell you the truth, thank God for them. Drop your ego and change. This right here, this one almost got me. Patterns and formulas will make you successful. Everybody write this down. And I learned this from Tony Robbins. He said, pattern recognition. Find someone who has a life you want, recognize the pattern they have. Number 2, duplicate the pattern. Can you duplicate the pattern that they have in their life? And then number 3 is like pattern creation. You figure out how to create your own pattern. You know, I was looking, down here, and one of my mentors is here. And I want to tell you that I watch what he does. And I see his pattern, I recognize it, I duplicate it, and then I create my own. Does that make sense? Every one of you right now, the life that you have right now is because the patterns and the cycles that are currently going on in your life right now. In order to change your life, something must interrupt a part of that pattern, of that cycle. Does that make sense? Dude, I'm praying today, God is using me as an interrupter to get in there, interrupt, and then you guys will change. That's it. And then, by the way, find someone that has something that you don't have or is living the way that you're not living. Hey, dude, find someone who believes like you want to believe. You know what I'll know? If someone can believe a certain way, study that person, man. And before too long, you'll believe like they believe. Dude, that's what I did. Dude, there's this thing that's called like reinvent yourself. People think what do you mean? Like, I'm me, how can I change me? Dude, your body, your mind is like a freaking computer. You guys want to delete everything in it? You can go to a computer, you can clear everything on it, right? A lot of you, it might be time to clear. Baby, we're about getting close. Oh, good. Okay, great. Lastly, we got one more slide, and then DG's here. Hey, everybody do me a favor. Listen, hold on. Listen. You guys, I don't have to tell you, but I know you guys are going to look, this guy says he takes people's souls. I think we're going to take his soul. Listen, I want, when he goes to bed tonight, I want him not to be able to sleep for 19 days straight. I want when he's out here, I want him to be like, dude, you guys, I'm not even speaking today. I'm giving my speaker feedback because you didn't tell me these guys were all as sick in the freaking head. These are the sickest people I've ever met. That's what I want. Yes. Hey, lastly, super important. Everybody, money gets traded for results. You want money? What results will you bring? And then lastly, and I'm done here. This is probably it. I learned this. This would forever change my life. This is why David Goggins is here, and this is what we're going to learn. What is performance? Hard work. What's knowledge? Everything you've learned. So everybody write down knowledge plus performance. What you learn plus the work you put in. And everybody, the reason why David Goggins was one of the most important speakers for me to bring here, because he changed my life, because he was able to help me solve that last thing. What is this? No. What is this? That's a minus. Everybody, minus leashes. Minus leashes. All of you that are in here right now, every one of you has a freaking leash. Am I right? What is it? Dude, David Goggins, when I listened to him for 2 years straight, 365 days, 24 hours a day, 60 minutes an hour, it was for one thing. I had leashes. Leashes. Everybody right now, write down, what is your leash? What is your low self-limiting belief? What is it that you've been telling yourself that isn't the truth? Come on, man, write it down. You're like, I don't know. Dude, remember all those 60 slides I went through in the beginning? Remember those? Which one of those are a part of your leashes? Okay? I want you to write it down. What is your leash? Here's the deal. If you're a 10 in skill, you're the best in the world at your business, but you're a 9 in leashes, you're a 1. Your goal is to be a 10 in skill, a 0 in leashes. If you guys have 0 self-limiting beliefs in this room, you're great at your job, you're the hardest worker, you wear your damn heart on your freaking sleeve, you tell people the truth, you study like hell every day, you're a great example. I promise you guys, no one can beat you, and the whole world will run with you.